One of the hardest lessons I have had to learn at this stage in life is this. Some people do not need better access to you. They need less access to you. Let's talk about that. That is hard because most of us were raised to be polite, keep the peace, answer the phone, and show up. But sometimes being available to everyone is not kindness. Sometimes it's giving the wrong people too much room in your life. Once you reach your 50s and 60s, peace is not automatic. Peace has to be protected. So today, I want to talk about 3 personality types I no longer allow in my peace. The first is the Jekyll and Hyde person. One day they're warm, the next day they barely speak to you. One minute they're joking, the next minute they act like you did something wrong. And all you can think is, what did I miss in this process? Everybody has a bad day. I'm not saying that we all don't, but I'm talking about people who make their mood everybody else's responsibility. If they're upset, the room feels it. If they're angry, everyone walks on eggshells. If they're cold, you're left guessing what happened. At this stage of life, I don't have energy for emotional guessing games. Retirement should be about me being calm. You cannot build calm around someone who keeps bringing storms. So I stay respectful, but I step back. The second is the guilt trip manipulator. We all know who these people are. Manipulators do not always sound harsh. Sometimes they sound sweet. Sometimes they act helpless. Sometimes they make you feel selfish for wanting time to yourself. You want a quiet day. They act abandoned. You enjoy a hobby. They make you feel guilty. You say no. Suddenly, you're cold and uncaring. This is dangerous in retirement because retirement should give you freedom, not more emotional obligation. Some people do not want a relationship. They want access to your time, energy, sympathy, and guilt. Every time you say yes to someone manipulating you, you may be saying no to your own peace. And that's not worth that price. You can love people and still have boundaries. You can care and still say no. You can be kind and still refuse to be controlled. The third is the person who never keeps their word. And this by far is the biggest one for me. They say, let's go together soon, but never follow through. They say they will call, but they don't. They make plans, cancel, reschedule, and act like nothing's happened. Life happens. People get sick. Emergencies come up. I get that. That is not what I mean. I mean people who show you that your time is optional, and that matters more now. When we were younger, maybe we could chase people, send the texts, make the plans, follow up, try again, because those other ones failed. But eventually, you have to ask, if I stopped reaching out, would this relationship still exist? Trust is not built on promises. Trust is built on consistency. And at this stage of life, I don't need a huge circle. I need a real one. Give me honest people who show up and respect my time, and I'm good with that. Retirement is not just leaving a job. It's deciding what kind of life you want next. You can leave work and still be surrounded by stress. If the wrong people have too much access to you, that stress continues to build. Some people are not bad people. I'm not saying they're bad. They're just no longer good for your peace. Not every relationship has to end in anger. Not every boundary needs an explanation. Sometimes maturity means realizing a person can still matter to you, but they no longer get full access to you. And that's something that I've been thinking about a lot. Some people get a first-class ticket. Some people ride in coach. Some people have to be loved from a distance. And that's okay. That is not bitterness. And it shouldn't be taken that way. That is peace with wisdom behind it. And peace is what we're all looking for in retirement. We don't need that stress anymore. We don't need that hectic schedule. Peace is not something you stumble into. Peace is something you you protect on purpose, right? And that's something that I'm trying to practice more in my retirement. If this video resonates with you, let me know in the comments. What type of person have you had to love from a distance? Drop it in the comments below. And if this hit home, please like, subscribe, and share this video so I can bring more honest talk about retirement, aging, peace, and purpose. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.